weeks attempting to draw attention to the issues of isolation and loneliness, which of course always seem more acute at this time of the year. But this year they've also some superstar help in the form of Jedward. They'll be donating all their Christmas profits from their latest single to Alone. We're joined by CEO Sean Moynihan and Jedward. Good afternoon to you all.
Hey everyone listening here on the Sean Moncrieff show, NewsTalk 106.
Everyone listening to this, Alone does great work. It's not government funded, so everyone listening to this needs to donate. They do it every Christmas. They've been going since 1977. It was created by Willie Birmingham, and at Christmas it's really, really cold, so you have to check in with all the elderly people in your communities because they might not have family or someone close to check in on them.
So if you're in your local community and you see an older person walking down the street, just go, hey, how's it going?
Because a lot of people suffer from loneliness or mental health, so just even reaching out to them, like going for a cup of tea or something, can make a major difference.
And there's loads of stories. You learn so much from older people.
I feel like so much people are trying to be young and hip, but I feel like older people have
need to
stories.
Embrace the golden years. All these people were around when Marilyn Monroe was alive, Elvis was alive. These people have stories. They're not just talking about the everyday.
They're the people that get banter in Ireland. They're the ones that give us all our phrases, all our sayings. Do you get me?
All our idioms.
Yeah. That's what we say.
Yeah, idioms.
Over to Sean.
Yeah.
See,
idioms. I know how to spell the word, but I can't pronounce it right.
You can have like a little nap now.
I'll be calling over to Bono's house, getting the crack off him because he's an older person.
He is an older person.
Sean, you're an older person.
Guess who we met last week? We met Helen Myrne, and she's 70. We were shopping in LA. She walked in. She had such grace.
And you'd expect her to be very reserved and very what's going on here, but she was so hip. She was shaking her hair.
On the front of her top, she had a Union Jack, and on the back it said off, and she made a joke. She goes, jack off. Yeah, so she was really cool, and we were talking about her hair advert. So she's 70 and she can be cool.
And we're friends with William Shatner as well, and he's 84.
Wow.
And he said to always keep the hair. So
how's his hair? Yeah,
he has all his hair, so we're very proud of that. And we hope
where did he buy his hair?
No, he's got a great head of hair. I feel like he was born with a great head of hair.
And Louis Walsh was our manager 3 years ago, and he's like nearly 100. So
that's true.
His hair's au natural.
Yeah. When you say you're friends with William Shatner, do you hang out with him? Do you borrow money off each other?
No, he follows us on Twitter.
His number, his email.
And then we called into his offices in LA.
He always has something going on. He's friends with so many people, and he has horse rodeos and all his daughters and everything, and he's just really.
But me and John, we're fans of all ages, so we embrace everybody.
Okay, all right.
We're here for Alone, Sean. We're here for Alone.
Okay, indeed you are. Yeah, have you actually met William Shatner, or you been to his offices?
There's a picture on Twitter. It was the most epic day ever.
Right, most Jepic day ever. That's a new one.
Yes, you put Jedward and Epic together
and that's what you get, Jepic.
Yes.
Sean, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, so how much longer do you think you're going to have your job as CEO of Alone? Now that you've made this decision. Yeah.
Not much longer.
He's going to have it forever.
It was a way of communicating, so I'm just letting it go.
Is the work of Alone different at this time of the year than it would be at any other time of the year?
I think it's our busiest time of year because obviously the cold weather, Christmas, and that a lot of older people who might need support can't get out as much, and people feel the sense of being on their own a little bit more at Christmas, even if they're on their own all year round than they do at other times of the year. So it really brings up the extra level of work. And then we've volunteers out visiting. We distribute Christmas dinners during Christmas Day and all. So it brings a whole level of work, but it also gives the opportunities like this to highlight the issues of the number of older people who live on their own and the support needs they have, and that really trying to keep them linked into the community.
What kind of numbers are we talking about then?
Well, a third of all over 65s actually live on their own. Around 1 in 10, I don't want to death by statistics, but around 1 in 10 older people suffer loneliness, right? Suffer what's called chronic loneliness, which actually they say will shorten your life, and which is actually more debilitating than obesity or smoking in old age.
Yeah, and presumably because people can retreat back to their own home, they don't see anybody, and then the longer they do that, the more they do that, the more difficult it is for them to try and re-establish contacts.
And that's what happens. And when people become a little bit isolated, they stop maybe minding their health as well as they would, their mental health, their physical environment, stop feeding themselves as much. So what happens is it creates a whole myriad of other problems. And as you say, the more somebody's isolated, the harder it is to reach them and build a trust to actually link them in again.
Yeah, and in terms of Alone volunteers, going to visit them, of course, is a very useful thing to do. But I assume part of that is, in the most extreme cases, coaxing them out to go and meet other people, to go places.
Exactly. So I think part of, we provide housing for and supports to homeless older people. We provide supports to help people age at home, which is basically where the staff side comes in. But the befriending is mainly trained volunteers, and they go out and they're working to build trust with older people to then link them into the communities, spend time with them, hear their stories, work with them, and then hopefully re-engage them with their neighbours, their friends and their communities.
Have you been showing Jedward examples of your work?
Well, I think the lads saw their son.
Our granny lives with us, and she's lived with us for forever, because she used to make loads of Christmas pudding.
Because we've lived with our granny and granddad, our great granddads, our granddad's friends, everyone.
And we converted the garage.
How big is your house?
It's not that big.
It's a normal size house.
We had a garage. We converted it into a room because our granny wasn't able to go up the stairs, and we had a toilet. Everything's in there, so she stays with us for a week. Then she goes into respite, and then she comes out every week. And our aunt and our mom and everyone looks after them. But I think the thing about loneliness is about keeping the elderly people independent, and so they have their own housing. Because sometimes if you take all the older people out of the community, you kind of lose that spirit. So it's kind of cool when you go to Super Quinn. I know Super Quinn's not around anymore, but they're the type of people that have all the stories, all the crack.
Yeah, but the reason why I'm alone, it's because it's Christmas, and Christmas is all about family and friends. So it's so I know everyone has their family and friends, but maybe you don't have to be blood to be family. You can just be close or create a bond with someone you might not necessarily know, and then just start from somewhere over the Christmas.
Where are the two of you living nowadays?
We live everywhere, don't we, John?
We just came back from LA. We're recording new songs there. We're still at home. We haven't bought.
This here is you're still based in Dublin.
Yeah, we're still based in Ireland.
We haven't bought a house near Bono just yet. And the Cranberries. I want you to ask them. No, we live at home. We keep it real. We keep it real. We're not. We could be all living all these places and look at me and I'm a show off. But we do keep it real. We always keep it like that because it's good to keep it real. Because if you don't keep it real, then you won't have real things to write about in songs or you keep good perspective.
It's good to not have everything perfect. It's good to have that kind of drive to keep going. Isn't it, John?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's great.
And when you come back to Dublin, what kind of things do you do? Are there places you like to go out to? Do you have favorite restaurants or clubs or any of that stuff?
I feel lonely to get us back into the community. Yeah. No, we're great. We have friends and stuff that from we're a handful of friends who we might hang out with here and there. But we kind of have each other anyway. We're both best friends, but we're just really focused on what we're doing, aren't we, Edward?
Yeah.
We're always writing songs and making music videos.
And we're 24 now.
In films.
24.
Jared texted and he wants to know if filming Sharknado 3 was good crack, and were they annoyed they didn't get more screen time?
Well, we actually were meant to we got two main parts. We didn't have the right visas, but we rocked that movie. Sharknado 3. Tara Reid was there.
We wrote the soundtrack song for the movie.
Yeah, with a song called Oh Hell No, and that was in the trailer, and it was also in the main theme. We got to go to Orlando, stay in the Hard Rock Hotel for 3 weeks. Rocking it.
Good
stuff. It's all good. It's good going around your community and seeing.
And guess what? We did some modelling for Jean-Paul Gaultier. Walked the catwalk. He liked our hair. So everyone listening to this, get with the times. It's pretty cool now.
Okie dokie. Sean Moynihan from Malone, and of course John and Edward. Thanks very much for coming into us.
What's the number everyone can call if they need help?
01679 1032.
That's not their number, is it? That's your number.
That is our number.
That's good to know. All right. Okay, we're going to take a break after that. 20 years of divorce.